Hello friends, Shane Parent here with RE/MAX River Cities Platinum Team, and I'm with Chris and Allison, and we're going to tell you what's been going on since, I guess, through August, right? So we're into September now. We'll do a quick August update and let you all know what's been happening, where are the trends, and where are some opportunities. And yeah, we're here to be a resource for you. So quickly wanted to mention, year to date, and thanks to courtesy of the OWL, which is our ATB advisory, they do some great economic forecasts and updates, and so interest rates have risen 5 times year to date, and they do expect at least 1 to 2 more increases this year, mostly to get things in line. There's definitely some dramatic fluctuation and conversation in some of our busier markets like Toronto, Vancouver. That's where that's where all the news comes from. It has affected our market, of course, and the amount of activity, but definitely not as dramatic as news would make it, right? It's not clickbaity enough, I guess, but there is some conversations. Definitely people have slowed down. A good analogy I got from John Carter was that, you're driving on the highway, going pretty good, 120, 150, and then you pull off to the side road, and now you're at 80, and you feel like, oh my god, it's so slow. It's like, well, no, you're still going fast. It's still a regular speed.
Yeah.
It's just normalized a little bit more, right? So we're seeing those effects in the perception of that, right? And so I did want to highlight that people have life events, and a place to stay is a core necessity for us, right? And so people will always be moving. There definitely was a time where interest rates were in the high teens and low 20s, and people were still purchasing homes, moving for life events, growing family, shrinking family, relocation, all of those things. So all of that will happen, but it's important to know where things are trending. Definitely we're seeing inventory levels across the board increasing a bit. Right now, I think we're still in a balanced market here in Edmonton, probably dipping into buyer's market, definitely in some segments where there's a bit more competition. There is some pressure on pricing, but not dramatic in any way. And I look back at 2008, and roughly 8,000-9,000 transactions for the whole year, and that's one of the slowest years in my recent memory, I guess, and was still an active year. And year to date, and we're at the end of August 31st, I think we were over 9,000 just single family homes that have sold year to date, and another 4,000 condos. So there's still a lot of activity. Of course, there's so many other factors, right? Population growth, all the things, right? But just a quick summarize on that. It's not panic on the dance floor. It's a bit more normalized, and for some buyers, although the interest rates are up a bit, there is opportunity to negotiate on price. You can be able to, like I said, negotiate. You can have conditions, right? You can get your dates worked in, and so there's, I think, a little bit more opportunity. And for sellers, you have to put a little bit more work in to make sure that your property is presented. Probably get on your real property report. I think we'll see less people just using title insurance as a default, and I think a little bit more healthy environment for sellers and buyers as an average, right? So that's my soapbox. So I'll pass it on. We'll get a little bit more specific on the single family and the condo side. Who wants to lead things off?
I'll do single family.
Right on round.
So further to that, it's interesting because often people don't digest and break down the numbers, like the factual numbers, pen to paper. What is this going to cost me? My interest rate shift from, I was going to be at 2.5 and now I'm at 4.5 or 5.5. What is that going to cost me over 5 years? I'm not saying it's not substantial and there's an impact on people's budgets, but those differences that Shane's talking about also play a factor in. How much more are you, if you're in the buying market, that's going to impact how much you're paying. some of the terms and conditions can be quite costly too, depending on timelines, and people were, a lot of buyers were taking possession of houses when they still had stuff to sell and paying 2 mortgages, and there was a lot of extra pieces of that financial puzzle that aren't always thought of. People just often think about the interest rate. So just worth reminding us all to, break down the numbers, look at the whole picture, and deep breaths.
Yeah. And then, what you said with timing, and we'll get into single family in a second, where all of last year, most of this year, we're saying, hey, find your new home first, get that locked in, then go ahead and put your house on for sale, because likely that'll sell very quickly, and we've got a good idea of where that's going to sell. Now, depending on your area and what segment of the market you're in, it might make more sense to get your property listed, get an offer in place before you really start shopping for property.
And we're starting to see more of those subject to sale clauses in and things like that. So,
great feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, single family.
Single family. So, overall, and I'm talking broad scope here, year over year, prices are still up. It's not doom and gloom. And it's not substantial, but on average, single family is up just over 2%. That's a good thing. So things are staying pretty steady. Inventory levels are still, like Shane was mentioning, they're going up and when it comes to single family, but the number of sales are, dropping. However, that's giving people a lot of opportunity where there wasn't a few months ago. So, overall, single family is doing quite steady. It's just not the fire sale craziness we were seeing a few months ago.
Yeah, and likely, likely year over year, my prediction will be that the average sale price has gone down year over year, end of December 31st.
I agree. Yeah.
But
we're trending that way.
Not 25% and
not
things
likely.
like that, but a bit. And so there will be opportunities where people need to sell and they're willing to take a little bit of a hit, right? Cool. And do you want to do high-low right now or after?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So high-low, there was a beautiful property in Crestwood, new build, massive, it was like 3,700 square feet, and it sold for 2.8.
Awesome.
Mil. And then on the low end, we had one in Alberta Ave, and it sold for 120.
And livable, right? 120,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Decent little house,
I like that.
1,100 square feet, so.
Like that, and I did note that properties over $1 million, I think, was there year to date 181 properties over $1 million, single family homes in Edmonton, compared to last year 178-ish.
And the year before that was substantially less, like under 100. So those numbers are going up.
So just all little pieces of the puzzle, good information to have there. Condos.
All right, so condos. Let's talk about condos, apartment style condos. Last year, it took a little bit longer for condos to sell, so this year we're just a couple months shy of days on market. And in regards to the lowest priced condo right now, this condo was only up for 1 day, and it went for above list price slightly, and it sold at $40,000. A nice 3-bedroom. 3-bedroom, just under 1,000 square feet, and it was sold in the Beacon Heights community.
So that was a multiple offer, unconditional.
Yeah.
Boom.
In regards to the highest priced condo, this one sold. It was in the Strathcona community, and this was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo, 1,700 square feet, and this sold for $840,000. So that was a high-rise condo. Gorgeous view on that one. And
what building was that?
This was in One River Park.
Right.
Yeah. Took just over 2.5 months.
Okay.
But
kind of in keeping with that, 55 days on market.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that. Well, we always talk about that real estate is neighborhood specific. So if you are curious on how your home's value has been affected, we're happy to give you a home equity review to see how your investment is improving or not, regardless of your plans to sell. We just want to be a resource for you. Also, if you're looking for buying as an investment or for your first home or move up, move down, we're here to help. So don't hesitate to reach out. Please, if you haven't subscribed, have an amazing day. Be well.
Be well.
Bye.